everyone, and welcome back to the International Opportunities podcast. Today is slightly different as we have an incoming student here who has come from Humber College in Toronto. Hi, Amelia.
Hello.
Would you like to introduce yourself and what you studied at Humber College?
Yeah, I'm studying international business in Humber College. I'm studying it for the third year already, and for my third year, first semester, I decided to come here for an exchange program, which I actually dreamed of for a long time because I just love traveling and exploring different types of education, especially because my degree is international business.
Exactly, that's like the perfect thing to do for your degree. And you're already an international student in Canada as well. Could you tell us a bit about that? What brought you over to Canada?
Yeah, so while I did my search of the universities, I'm from Russia, so I was thinking of studying somewhere where people spoke English because I know English as my second language. So I was doing my search and I thought of studying actually in England. Then I thought of studying in the United States, but then counseling team, they came and they were like, why didn't you look at Canada, because Canada has a lot of opportunities for like international students, especially when they stay after getting their degree. So then I realized that Canada is really international, and I did my search of the opportunities that actually are there, and I decided to go to Canada, to Toronto, and I'm really happy with my decision because again, there's a lot of international people there, and a lot of them are my friends.
Honestly, it's one of the most diverse places you can go to, though, isn't it? It's so good. You meet people from all different cultures and backgrounds at Humber. So why international business, and why did you pivot from Humber to Salford?
To begin with, while I was choosing my degree overall, I didn't know what I wanted to study. So I thought of our capitalistic world nowadays, and I was like, okay, maybe I want to know how people make money and how they create their own businesses. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna study business. And then a new question appeared, like, which field of business do I want to study? And I didn't know the answer. So I thought of studying something more broad so I can focus on something more specific after my degree, maybe for master's or just finding a specific job. So in my case, I was like, okay, I'm an international student. I love traveling. Why not studying international business? That was the way that led to my decision. And then when I came to Humber, I studied the opportunities of going abroad and studying abroad. Even though I'm an international student already in Canada, I just wanted to explore even more. So I contacted our coordinator in the exchange program team, and she recommended Salford because I think it was the easiest to match the credits with.
Yeah, we have a really good relationship with Humber, so we get quite a lot of students in and out to Humber, including myself.
It's really cool. I think there are a few students I met in Humber who did the exchange program from here. So I actually didn't know anything about Salford University, but then I eventually knew because I just thought of other students coming to Humber.
It's so good that you got to travel twice as well, though. Like, you already wanted to come to the UK and you got the perfect opportunity to go through Canada. That's crazy. Now, what was the most surprising culture shock or discovery moving from Toronto to Manchester? Or even from Russia to Toronto, then to Manchester?
I think the biggest cultural shock for me was the "Are you okay?" question.
Yeah, oh my gosh, when I was in Canada, I'd be like, "You're right," and people would be like, "Yeah, why?"
Yeah.
And you're like,
when people ask you, "Are you okay?" in Canada, it means that you maybe like look kind of bad and something happened to you, you look sad, so people are just trying to make sure that you're actually okay. For example, in Russia, we don't have any small talks at all. So if a person asks you, "How are you?" they actually expect you to tell them the story of your day and yesterday and like I don't know, your whole life sometimes. So when I moved to Canada, I learned what a small talk is and how are you? Yeah, I'm good. Just making sure that you're all right. But here it's just like, are you okay? And you're not supposed to say anything back. Like I'm just saying every time, yeah, and then moving on to like what I actually want.
Just go,
so,
yeah, you.
Yeah. So that was the biggest cultural shock for me, I would say.
No, I agree with that, because I remember the amount of times I kept saying, you okay? And then people in Canada would look at me like, they're like, why? I'm absolutely fine.
Yeah.
It's funny, the little things like that you just wouldn't think would be different. Now, what are the biggest differences you're noticing between Canadian and UK teaching styles?
I would say it's a really big difference. While I was studying in Canada, I did a lot of tasks like small assignments, big assignments, group assignments, in-class participation, group presentations, then final and midterm exams. But here it's just 1 or 2 assignments you get per semester, and then you just get assessed by those 2 assignments or just 1 assignment. It was actually a shock for me, because I feel that when you're doing a lot of assignments, this like the education that you're getting is sort of like encouraging you to study, because you know that, okay, I won't do this task, but I have to do this one like for like 100% or just do my best. Here it's a lot about like independent work. Like if you're actually interested in the subject, you do a lot of independent readings, and then eventually you apply this knowledge that you got into in the assignments you're doing, which is like for example a report, 3,000 word report, and you should do like research for a company, a case study, then answer the questions that just like sort of lead your assignment.
So did you find it sort of like better working independently, or like, being completely honest, by the way, like
to be completely honest, I didn't. I think this is just not for me.
Yeah, no, that's fine though. I think all like people expect study exchanges to be like absolutely perfect and everything that they'd want and expect out, but sometimes like it can take you by surprise and be a lot more different to what you expected or you're used to working with, and it's kind of good to get that experience trying a different way of working and just seeing how other universities work globally.
I came here to explore, I think, and this experience that I had here is also useful, and now I can actually compare the educational systems, and I'm actually glad that I'm studying in Canada, even though it wasn't like a really great experience in terms of the semester abroad.
But it affirmed to you that Canada was like the right place for your full degree, definitely. Now, how does Salford's programs focus on international trade in the European context compared to the North American perspective that you had?
I actually had some questions about this question, because I would say that both of those programs focus on international trade in the European context, and they are really like both of the programs are really international, because just international trade is just international itself. So I would say both in Humber and in Salford universities, I did receive a lot of perspectives on the international trade and just the international context of business. But is the question about what I'm answering right now, or it's
it's
else?
Basically like, what is their like kind of focus in their classrooms compared to what you'd focus on here? Are there kind of the subjects and the contents similar, or do you learn completely different things over here?
I would say that just the different thing was the structure of assignments, because I know that like they were my coordinator was trying to match the credits, those subjects that I study in Humber with the ones I'm having here, and I just know that my experience of studying those same subjects would be so much different, because again, for example, I had a subject called international trade, and there we were studying like exchange rates, macroeconomics, a lot of characteristics, economical characteristics of the countries we were just looking at, and then we were just including it in our report. And I know that in Humber, for example, they will learn something else, because my classmates didn't have the subject yet, because I took it from the other semester, but I know that their experience will be just so much different. And just like taking this knowledge and the application of this knowledge will be different, but I think the concepts overall are similar.
So on to the next question. For someone studying international business, how has the act of living and studying abroad already impacted your cultural intelligence?
So for this question, I think it's one of the most interesting questions, because just traveling makes your cultural experience, cultural knowledge so much better. Again, studying in Canada is just one thing, because there are so many international students.
Exactly.
But there are a lot of international students from, for example, South America or Mexico. And here it's different, they're just different cultures, more of like European context. And it was also really, really nice to meet them and learn about their culture, and just not actually learn their culture, but like especially just like looking at them and understanding, like seeing how the person talks, how the person dresses, how the person expresses themselves, even what the person prefers to eat.
No, it's true though, honestly.
Yeah, it's just so interesting to learn more things about different cultures, and I feel that applying that to business is just the way the people are different, and the companies, they target different people, different customers, and the perfect customer for each company is different, and it depends on the cultural context.
I think like understanding cultures is the most important thing for international business. If you're working with other businesses from other countries, you need to know how their culture kind of works and what's respectful, what's not, and like even like we said, like, are you okay? You don't want to walk into a Canadian meeting asking them if they're okay. So I think 100% it is just so important to learn about other cultures. Now, how do you ultimately see this Salford degree shaping your future career moves after graduation?
I hope that this Salford exchange experience will highlight me as a candidate in the through all of those other candidates while I'm searching for my, for example, internship.
Is there anything you're looking for your internship? Do you know?
Oh, it was actually a difficult one, because I didn't know which internship I really want to get in terms of like the specific field of business. I was applying. I'm now applying, and then I will be applying through this whole upcoming semester through some to some creative field of businesses, like more creative, like maybe project management or something even related to media, because I feel that sometimes business gets too much like into business. It's just strict, and it has like some specifics which are not creative at all. But on the other side, I was thinking that I would like to work with people and with people inside the company, so maybe I would try myself in like the HR field. But nice. I don't know about this, because again, everything is about like communication, and especially my experience in studying international business was a lot about communication, meeting new people, meeting different people, and I think in HR it's really common to deal with like different people and how they all interact within one company, and especially maybe train them in a particular way and lead their career in terms of the growth in the company. So eventually I hope that this experience will show how interested I'm in just exploring new cultures and how international of a business student I am.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think this is like your unique selling point. You'll definitely sell yourself.
Hopefully.
You can say, I've travelled here, I've travelled there, I've met all these different people from all different cultures. I think you'll really stand out in an interview.
I hope so.
You'll be fine. I have no doubts about you, trust me.
Thank you.
Now, moving on to sort of your social life in Salford, campus life, how were you building your social life at Salford? Like, what clubs or societies did you join, or if you did, and like, where did you go any nights out? Tell us about your social life.
My social life here was really good. I would say that I connected more with the other exchange students because they were just the people I met first here, and we are already like from this same background, like we're all exchange students, we're all from different countries, so there are more like similar points to talk about. But when it was the Freshers Week, I joined
Freshers.
I went to this Freshers Fair where they introduced a lot of clubs and societies, which seemed to be really, really nice. And I think if I stayed here for longer and especially did a degree here, then I would probably choose to join some kind of society or a club.
Hard to squeeze it all in because you were here for, what was it, 4 months?
Yeah, it was 4 months.
So trying to like squeeze things in that time. You only just start to settle as you're about to leave when it gets to the 4 month point.
So it's actually perfect timing because it's not a really, really long time just to get used to the place, and then when you are leaving this place you feel really bad because you know how many people you have met here, and then you just don't want to leave. So I think 4 months is ideal, that you just know that you had this experience here, and then you maybe are ready to move on to something else. But in the first 2 weeks it was kind of depressing for me because just like people were moving in and I didn't actually meet people. But afterwards, after the induction for international students, the exchange students, I found some friends. And while traveling also in the UK, I met some even Russian-speaking people because here I didn't meet anyone Russian-speaking.
To be fair, now that you mention it, my stepmom's the only Russian person I know that's lived around here.
Yeah, when I went to the registration to this Salford University one, they saw my passport. They're like, "Oh, I have never seen this kind of passport." I'm like, "What do you mean? There are so many like Russian-speaking, like Russian people." So I was really shocked, but I'm really satisfied with the people I met here, and my social life was really good, even though I didn't join any clubs or societies.
Yeah, no, I was the same for like my first 2 years at uni. I didn't do any clubs or societies, but you get so caught up in meeting people, making friends, and I think like I was the same as you when I went to Canada. Like all my friends were exchange students because you do just all like have something straight away to talk about, and you're all dead excited, and you're all just as nervous as each other. Like you're all in the same boat, so you feel like you can relate to them a lot more. What advice would you give for people for making friends when they just start their placement?
My advice would be just don't be scared, especially within other exchange students, because even though people might seem shy and you are shy by yourself, just know that you all have the same goal and you're here for a semester, so take the maximum you can from the semester. If you see a person and think, oh, that might be my friend, just go and approach this person and find out more about this person, because at first I think I had from even the exchange students, I was talking to some people first, then I was talking to some people after that, because it's not even possible to talk to all of them at the same time. So just don't be shy, don't be scared, you all have the same goals, and all people are people.
Exactly. Everybody's got their own little story going on, and a lot of people at university are looking to make friends and looking to meet new people, so I completely agree with your advice. Now, what has been a key highlight of your time so far in the UK?
My highlight was definitely traveling. I've traveled to Edinburgh, to London. I've been to Windermere Lake District.
Love Windermere, that's my favourite place.
Yeah, it's so beautiful there. Tomorrow I'm going to Liverpool. And it's funny because on Sunday I'm leaving on Sunday, and I still managed to
it's Sunday. It's come so quickly.
Yeah, the time flies so quickly. where else have I been? We've been to Tokin Trail. It's like
Is that near Clitheroe or something?
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I
we
stayed
went
at a little
there.
hut, like literally round the corner from them. We was gonna go on a trail, but I didn't have time the next day.
It was
I'm
my
gonna go.
first hike. We went there with some other exchange students from Canada and from Finland, and they were asking me questions like, "Oh, do you like hiking?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then I realized that was actually my first hike, like that I
A
can
proper
actually
hike.
proper hike. Yeah, because other than that, I was just like walking in a park, and I thought it was a hike.
Yeah, no. Honestly, some of the hikes get you around here. I swear, the amount of times I've gone on them and I'm like, I cannot get through the trail because like some of them have rivers, all kinds of things you have to
Yes.
pass through.
Yeah,
There are a lot.
yeah.
But have you found a new love for hiking then?
Yeah, my
You
new,
like-
my new passion. Like I need to
Yay.
start hiking more. So yeah, definitely my highlight was traveling, and I think I would like this is one of the chances I had to travel in the UK, especially with the problems with visas we have nowadays. It was a long-term visa, so I got to travel here, not just for like one trip in one city, just different cities and
Where
different
was like your
parts of UK.
favourite place in the UK? Is there anywhere that you definitely want to come back to?
Yes, I think my favorite place was London.
Was it?
Yeah, I think all other places were really great in terms of like tourism and like day trips
Yeah.
and just like exploring. But I thought of London as as a really big city where I can actually stay for like a longer time because there's so many things to explore. It's reminded me of some European cities, like
Yeah.
some of the parts of London reminded me of Paris. And yeah, I just love big city life.
Yay.
And when you actually know that while living in a city, you just have more and more to explore every other day. And yeah, I went to London 2 times here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because I'm also a dancer, so I went there for like dancing events.
Oh, cool. What kind of dance do you do?
So I do voguing. It's like
Ooh.
a separate culture, I would say. And they do Vogue balls, and it's like a separate event. It's about fashion. It's not only about dance. It's about the way you express yourself, the fashion aspect, and just and dance is like one of the last
That
parts.
is so cool. Tell us a bit about the event.
So we have like the system of houses, because voguing comes from a community that was oppressed and they didn't have a place to express themselves, and they created those houses where it's like a family that can guide you in your life. So I joined 2 houses, and whenever I was traveling I knew people in London or in Manchester, so I was also going to some trainings and I met people that are from my house.
That's
and
so
like
cool.
houses are international in many cases.
Oh,
So yeah,
nice.
whenever I was in London I just joined my community and we were just having a lot of fun
Oh, that sounds
in those
unreal.
Vogue balls, like those events. Yeah.
Yay, that sounds so good. Now, to round off, what is one piece of advice that you'd give to another student that's considering an exchange in the UK?
My advice would be consider the financial aspects.
Yeah, consider that, definitely. I did not consider that one.
Because it's just such a shock for you. You come here and then your the way you perceive the prices is just different. Because, for example, I'm now used to pay in Canadian dollars.
Yeah.
So whenever I was like, okay, that's £3, that's not bad. And then I pay and I receive a transaction notification from my bank, and it's not 3, it's 6. And I'm like, oh, it's actually much more expensive than £3 that that I think of in my head.
Yeah, no, it is confusing though. The exchange rates got me when I got to Canada.
Yeah, the exchange rates and just overall how you perceive the prices. And plan your trips, go to cafes. It's just so much different because of the financial aspect. So I would say if you want to save up some money for an exchange, save even more.
Yeah.
So you can afford like the maximum you want from
Yeah.
this exchange.
Because you want to make the most out of it as well and be able to do everything and travel around as well. Because once
Yeah.
you're in that country, you might as well go and try and see as much as you can while you're there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I completely agree. I did not plan ahead financially.
Yeah, that's really important.
Do you have any other advice for any students or anything that you want to say before we round off?
My advice would be just take the most you can from this experience, because especially talking about student life, we're young now, but then we'll eventually be just in this adult life with a full-time job, 9 to 5. I mean, it's also kind of fun to have this life, but while you're on exchange, you just meet so many people, you just get to know a different culture. So just get the most out of this and don't be scared, don't be shy, save up some money and just have some fun.
Yes, that is perfect advice. Oh, thank you so much for coming in today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I enjoyed this podcast.
Have a safe travel back.
Thank you.